Namaskar, Swagatam. We would like to welcome you on behalf of Independent Research Ethics Society. The journey of excellence, knowledge sharing, and definitely the journey of senior to junior generation and junior to senior generation. Today, we are celebrating Life Insurance Day in relation to our Ayurveda. So, the subject is definitely health insurance for AYUSH. I welcome today's speaker, Dr. Mandar Ranade. Two of the speakers are joining very soon. It is our first webinar that we are led by 18 minutes. I welcome Professor Vishnu Prasad Sharma ji, Professor V.K. Agnihotri sir. Welcome Dwivedi sir. Welcome Jagdishwar ji, C.P. Sharma ji. सभी को नमस्कार, स्वागतम. निशांत शुक्ला जी को भी नमस्कार. मैं अब आदरणीय विष्णु प्रसाद शर्मा जी से उनके स्वागत आशीर्वचन की प्रार्थना करता हूँ.
Namaskar. Good evening to everybody, respected distinguished guests, speakers, ladies and gentlemen. I, Professor Dr. Vishnu Prasad Sharma, welcome all of you to this evening webinar on health insurance for AYUSH. हम सबको स्वागत करते हैं evening webinar पर health insurance for AYUSH. In this webinar, we have eminent speaker. I want to welcome Dr. Ritesh Shah, Marketing Head, TCS Jupiter Hospital, Consultant Hospital, Architecture and Planning from Indore. Namaskar, sir, and welcome you to this evening webinar. Next, I want to welcome Dr. Mandar M. Ranade, Member Ayurveda Prasasala Samiti, ex-convener JB Nayak Medical Legal Cell, ex-joint secretary NIMA from Pune. Namaskar, sir, and welcome you to this evening webinar. Next, I want to welcome Dr. Mangiris Ragnekar, President BMS Graduate Association, Member Legal Committee MCIM, Maharashtra from Mumbai. Namaskar, sir, and welcome you to this evening webinar. Once again, I welcome all the distinguished guests, eminent speaker, ladies and gentlemen, to this evening webinar. Namaskar, over to Pawanji.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. I would like to welcome again Dr. Mandar Ranade, Dr. Mangiris Rangnekar ji, Dr. Ritesh Shah. I hope now Dr. Ritesh Shah has also joined. Welcome. Welcome, Dr. Ritesh ji. Are we audible?
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I'm audible to you, sir?
Yes, yes, yes. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Sorry for delayed joining.
कोई बात नहीं, कभी कभी होता है. आज ये हमारी पहली वेबिनार है कि जो 15-18 मिनट हम लोग लेट किए, लेकिन कोई बात नहीं है, व्यस्त जीवन है, होता है. आप आए, आपने निमंत्रण स्वीकार किया, इसके लिए मैं आपका, हम सभी आपके बहुत बहुत आभारी. Now I would like to request Dr. V.K. Agnihotri sir for his initial preamble, and then we will start with Dr. Ritesh ji.
Thank you, Professor Pawan Kumar Sharma ji. Thank you very much. And I welcome all the guest speakers of today's webinar. Of course, we admit that we could fail to start it at on time, but still 50 minutes or 20 minutes late is not much that we will make up, we will cover up. And today we are entering on 707th webinar in the same continuation, and that too on topic the health insurance or AYUSH. Whenever the word insurance comes in our mind, it reflects some sort of security, safety, or prevention. And companies of insurance, government sector, private sector, they are doing all this job for the safety consciousness, for providing the emotion that they are insured for their life, for their articles, for their as a general insurance and as a life insurance. But nowadays, life insurance companies are also proceeding with some of the SIPs or some sort of mutual fund for the growing of the money. So, plain insurance is a medical term. It forfeits the deposited premium annually, and we have to say renew it on annual basis. As far as the other life insurance are concerned, they are for a certain period, may it be endowment policy, other policy, and they will do, they will return you the maturity amount at the time of after the maturity duration. So, as far as the Mediclaim is concerned, that becomes a different issue. So, we are going to learn a lot from our guest speakers, right from Dr. Ritesh Shah, Dr. Mandat Ranaji sir, and Dr. Manglesh ji, that in what way the human life is insured with the help of you people, insurance companies, along with the modalities for the claim, if at all any unfortunate or any emergency or unfortunate incident takes place. So with these initial words, I welcome all the guest speakers of today's this webinar, and we are eager to learn and to listen from you people, as you are not only the expert of this field but also having the experience of this field. So we welcome you all, and then now over to Professor Pawan Sharma.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I would like to request Dr. Ritesh Shah ji. Dr. Ritesh Shah, welcome. Welcome now. Stage is yours.
Thank you very much, sir. So good evening, all of you, and thank you very much, sir, for giving me second time as a speaker the opportunity to interact with all dignitaries, fraternity of alternative medicine, and it really a good platform that we interact with each other. हम हमारे थॉट को एक्सचेंज करते हैं एक दूसरे के साथ में और कुछ ना कुछ नया सीखते हैं. मेरे सारे फेलो स्पीकर्स को भी थैंक यू वेरी मच आज के लिए. So let's start with the topic, that is insurance. So इंश्योरेंस सभी कंट्री के अंदर अभी अवेलेबल है. अगर हम हिंदुस्तान की बात करें तो हिंदुस्तान में इंश्योरेंस को एक अलग नजरिए से देखा जाता है. इट्स अ डिफरेंट आई फ्रॉम विच ईच एंड एवरी एस्पेक्ट ऑफ इंश्योरेंस हैज बीन सीन बाय द जनरल पब्लिक, इवन इंक्लूडिंग द मेडिकल फैटर्निटी आल्सो. लाइक अगर हम दूसरे कंट्री की बात करें कि जैसे नेशनल हेल्थ स्कीम एनएचएस की बात करें, यूके है या दूसरी और कंट्रीज है, जहाँ के अंदर एक व्यक्ति विशेष पूरी तरीके से कवर्ड है इंश्योरेंस द्वारा, या उसको सभी तरह के हेल्थ फैसिलिटी जो है वो गवर्नमेंट के मापदंडों के थ्रू मिलती है. तो सर्टन अमाउंट फ्रॉम द सैलरी इज डिडक्टेड एंड ही गॉट दैट फैसिलिटी, दैट इज बाय डिफॉल्ट बाय गवर्नमेंट ओनली. बट हमारे जैसे कंट्री के लिए जहाँ पे 140 करोड़ पॉपुलेशन है, वहाँ पे इंश्योरेंस की फैसिलिटी उस लेवल पे भी डेवलप नहीं है. थिंग्स आर स्टिल इन द इवॉल्विंग फेज. सो काफी कुछ इसमें और होने की गुंजाइश है और बहुत कुछ हो रहा है. अगर हम 10 साल पहले अगर बात करें कि इंश्योरेंस, लोग मेडिक्लेम इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी लेने में डरते थे, लेकिन आज की अगर हम बात करें, सो पीपल आर लाइक मोटिवेटेड एंड दे आर मूविंग टुवर्ड्स टेकिंग एंड एश्योरिंग देयर लाइफ और देयर हेल्थ अंडर इंश्योरेंस कवरेज. एंड डेफिनेटली पोस्ट कोविड और इसमें बहुत ज्यादा इजाफा हुआ है कि लोगों ने देखा है कि कोविड में कितने हाइपर एक्सैगरेटेड बिल्स आए हैं फाइनेंशियल एस्पेक्ट को अगर हम देखें, जिसका कि मेडिक्लेम द्वारा कवर करके भुगतान कर दिया जाता. तो एक आर्थिक सहूलियत हम कह सकते हैं व्यक्ति विशेष को मिल जाती है मेडिक्लेम द्वारा. ब्रॉड स्पेक्ट्रमली अगर अपन इंश्योरेंस को समझने की कोशिश करें, either be it we talk about modern medicine, we talk about alternative medicine, or XYZ any pathy which is covered under the Mediclaim insurance portfolio. So Mediclaim or insurance are broadly divided into like life, health, and your liability part means like your shop, your assets are to be taken under insurance coverage. So we'll be talking specific today on the health aspect. So health insurance or Mediclaim insurance जो देने के लिए हमारे हिंदुस्तान में फैसिलिटी है, IRDA इंश्योरेंस रेगुलेटरी डेवलपमेंट अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया, that the highest authority which takes care of all this insurance part, and under the guidance and under the leadership of IRDA, all the insurance or Mediclaim TPA company works as per the norms and as per the Insurance Regulatory Authority Act. So basically हम बात करें तो ये इंश्योरेंस दो सेक्टर में डिवाइडेड है, प्राइवेट और गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर के अंदर. प्राइवेट सेक्टर की बात करें तो देर आर बिग प्लेयर्स लाइक स्टार हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, आईसीआईसीआई लोम्बार्ड, एचडीएफसी अर्गो, मैक्स बूपा, और there are many players we give a private insurance facility in our country. Government की बात अगर हम करें तो there are 4 big major players. There are government agencies like New India Insurance Company, United India, Oriental. ये चारों कंपनियां जो है गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर की कंपनी है, एंड दे फॉर्म अ पीएसयू, ग्रुप ऑफ कंपनी, एंड दे ऑपरेट थ्रू अ थर्ड पार्टी एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर, दैट इज कॉल्ड टीपीए. पहले क्या होता था कि इतनी पॉलिसीज नहीं होती थी, तो डिसबर्समेंट या क्लेम सेटलमेंट का प्रोसेस जो है गवर्नमेंट एजेंसी काफी कुछ हद तक अपने लेवल पे खुद ही करती थी. बट ड्यू टू द मोर एंड मोर नंबर ऑफ पॉलिसी इशुएंस एंड द सिस्टम हैज बिकम एग्जॉस्टिव, दे डिसाइडेड टू पुट अ थर्ड पर्सन इन बिटवीन द कस्टमर and insurance company, that called a mediator kind of role, that is third party administrator. So third party administrator follow the rules regulation of IRDA and the insurance company. They assist the customer to disburse the claim either in form of reimbursement or either in form of a network hospital as a cashless facility. सेम रूल्स रेगुलेशन अप्लाई होते हैं प्राइवेट इंश्योरेंस कंपनी पे भी, कि वो भी रियम्बर्स और कैशलेस फैसिलिटी के फॉर्म में करते हैं. जिन हॉस्पिटल से डायरेक्ट कैशलेस फैसिलिटी अवेलेबल होती है उनको इंश्योरेंस की भाषा में नेटवर्क हॉस्पिटल बोलते हैं. और अभी कुछ शहर हिंदुस्तान में ऐसे हैं, बड़े शहर जैसे बॉम्बे, दिल्ली, हैदराबाद, बैंगलोर, इंदौर, अब बात कर सूरत. सो काफी हद तक वहां पे गवर्नमेंट पीएसयूज का एक पूल बना है, जिसके अंदर 4 गवर्नमेंट इंश्योरेंस कंपनी प्लस उनके असिस्टिंग टीपीएस ने मिला करके जिप्सा पीपीएन सेगमेंट को लॉन्च किया है, और दे वर्क अंडर जिप्सा पीपीएन. तो जिप्सा पीपीएन की गाइडलाइन ऐसी होती है कि वो शहर के हॉस्पिटल्स को एम्पैनल करते हैं. दे फिक्स अ सर्टेन डिसीजेस, जैसे मान लीजिए कि कॉमन डिसीजेस जो क्लेम के थ्रू आती है इंश्योरेंस कंपनी में, तो उन्होंने एक पैकेजेस फिक्स कर दिए हैं एज पर द फैसिलिटी ऑफ द हॉस्पिटल, एज पर द नंबर ऑफ बेड ऑफ द हॉस्पिटल, कैटेगराइज करके ABC या व्हाटएवर द क्राइटेरिया दे हैड फॉलो इन स्ट्रीमलाइनिंग दैट. एंड जिप्सा पीपीएन की कुछ गाइडलाइन है कॉमन डिसीजेस के लिए, कॉमन प्रोसीजर्स के लिए, कॉमन सर्जरीज के लिए, एंड दे हैड फॉर्म्ड अ फिक्स पैकेज ऑफ दैट. सो दैट पैकेज इंक्लूड्स ईच एंड एवरीथिंग फ्रॉम एडमिशन टू डिस्चार्ज ऑफ द पेशेंट. Pre-operative investigations also included in that, surgeon, assistant surgeon, medicines, certain level of consumables which include in that surgery, that also included in that package. So ये कहीं ना कहीं कस्टमर को हेल्प करने के लिए, बेनिफिट करने के लिए इंश्योरेंस कंपनी ने ये जिप्सा पीपीएन मॉडल लाया. हॉस्पिटल इंडस्ट्री तरफ से इसका रेजिस्टेंस था, बिकॉज जिप्सा पीपीएन के एक फिक्स पैकेजेस है. ट्रीटमेंट के दौरान अनसर्टनिटी होने पे वो बड़ा एक डाइसी और ग्रे एरिया अभी भी है. तो ये एक फाइट हॉस्पिटल और इंश्योरेंस सेक्टर के बीच में चलती रहती है, और ये हमेशा चलती रहेगी. ये आज भी और पहले भी थी और रहेगी आगे भी, बिकॉज हॉस्पिटल वांट्स कि उनको ज्यादा क्लेम अमाउंट मिले, और इंश्योरेंस कंपनी चाहती है कि उनका क्लेम सेटलमेंट रेशो कम रहे, कम से कम ब्लीडिंग हो, ताकि कस्टमर को भी कम लोडिंग हो और उनके ऊपर भी लायबिलिटी कम पड़े. सो जिप्सा पीपीएन कहीं ना कहीं एक बेनिफिशियल है, इंश्योरेंस कंपनी की ब्लीडिंग को कम करता है, प्लस कस्टमर की पॉलिसी पे लोड कम पड़ता है. उसके बाद में प्राइवेट कंपनीज आ गई, तो दे आर डूइंग अ डायरेक्ट टाई अप विद हॉस्पिटल, नेटवर्क हॉस्पिटल. Either they follow a जिप्सा पीपीएन वाला मॉडल, और दे कैन ऑफर अ डायरेक्ट एसोसिएशन विद द हॉस्पिटल और अपना वो नेटवर्क स्थापित कर सकते हैं. अब हिंदुस्तान के अंदर एक कॉर्पोरेट कल्चर डेवलप होना चालू हो गया. बड़ी बड़ी आईटी कंपनीज आ रही हैं, फैक्ट्रीज बहुत सारे हैं. सो बड़े कॉर्पोरेट हाउसेस हैं, तो उनके यहाँ 4,000, 5,000, 10,000 एम्प्लॉइज काम कर रहे हैं. So these corporate are giving security to their employees, health securities to their employees. So इसको corporate insurance की एक नई terminology मिली है. ये कुछ अलग नहीं है, but corporate insurance companies अपने employees को health secure करने के लिए either they take a policy from any insurance company, or either they tie up directly with the hospital for the health security of their employees. But majority of insurance companies corporate companies जो है वो health insurance policy अपने employees के लिए लेती हैं, either private either government, as per tailor made condition भी. कई बार जैसे कुछ पुराने situations के अंदर या government के अंदर policies में देखें तो pregnancy जैसे cover नहीं थी. It's a normal physiological part, so they are not, this is not disease, so they are not covering delivery in their portfolio. बट कॉर्पोरेट के अंदर अगर आप बात करें जो कंपनीज है, आईटी कंपनी, तो मेजॉरिटी ऑफ वर्किंग जो क्लास है वो यंग लोगों का है, यंग ग्रुप का है. सो डिलीवरीज वहाँ बहुत कॉमनली होनी है, तो वो टेलर मेड करा लेते हैं कि हाँ हमारी पॉलिसी के अंदर जो है आप डिलीवरीज भी इंक्लूड करें. सो उस पॉलिसी को बोलते हैं टेलर मेड पॉलिसी. तो कॉर्पोरेट जो कंपनी होती है, they go for a tailor-made policies for their employees, and they give benefits to their employees. So this kind of overall network scenario is going on in India. State wise, district wise, city wise, थोड़ा बहुत minor सा changes हो सकता है working pattern के अंदर, but majority of working in entire India is more or less same under the guidance and leadership of IRDA. IRDA एक watchful authority है जो सबको वॉच करती रहती है, और कहीं पर भी अगर कोई कस्टमर के साथ कोई चीटेड फील होता है, अदर बाय इंश्योरेंस कंपनी, नॉन क्लेमेबल चीजें काट दी या कुछ भी, व्हाटएवर, देन दे कैन गो फॉर अ ombudsman or consumer forum to appeal their case against that agency, either hospital or an insurance company. So ultimately it's in every segment the customer is to be benefited. ये मोटो है उनका, the patient centric approach के साथ में लोग आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, and it's a vast population that has to be covered under health insurance company. So government agencies and even insurance and TPA are trying to give better and best facility to the needy ones. The scenario, if you talk about coverage percentage wise, so आज से 5 साल या 10 साल पहले जो पॉपुलेशन का इंश्योरेंस कवरेज हुआ करता था, आज उसमें ट्रेमेंडस इंक्रीज आया है, और गवर्नमेंट ने अब एफडी फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट भी इसमें अंदर अलाउ कर दिया है. तो देयर आर मेनी इंटरनेशनल प्लेयर्स, दे आर इंडल्जिंग टू एंटर इन इंडियन इंश्योरेंस मेडिक्लेम मार्केट टू गिव सर्विसेज एंड गिव पॉलिसी टू आवर इंडियन कस्टमर्स. तो ये भी एक नया अपडेट है इसमें. साथ ही साथ we should be well understanding about non-claimable articles. There are majority or many of the articles which are not covered by insurance company that are listed under non-claimable article category. Every insurance person or a policy holder or a beneficiary should know about that, that articles are not paid by the company. There are certain things which is mandatory to use in the hospital treatment, but the insurance company is not covering. That is the unfortunate part of our healthcare delivery system, or we can say insurance delivery system. But definitely in upcoming days, this matter will be sorted out. Even I can say that some companies has already started working in that segment. So they brought one kind of top up or nomenclature kind of like a rider they add. So they add certain amount of a premium in your actual premium to cover all these non-claimable articles. Like COVID के cases के अंदर PPE kit का काफी सारी कंपनियों ने disbursement नहीं किया. They don't pay for that. But ये rider उसमें ऐड करके कुछ कंपनियों ने जो कोविड की किट्स हैं, पीपी किट है, या और दूसरे भी कुछ नॉन पेबल आर्टिकल्स हैं, उनको उन्होंने ऐड किया है. सो इंडिविजुअली ऑप्टिंग फॉर अ न्यू पॉलिसी, ही और शी शुड बी अवेयर अबाउट दैट कि ही कैन चेक थॉरोली दैट ऑल दिस आर्टिकल्स आर पेएबल अंडर हिज और हर नॉर्मल पॉलिसी टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन बिफोर बाइंग और बिफोर ऑप्टिंग दिस पॉलिसी फ्रॉम एनी ऑफ द प्राइवेट और गवर्नमेंट एजेंसीज. So it charges only a nominal amount on your premium, but it gives a longer term a bigger benefit. In thousands, you can get benefited by that. So these are a few general idea I had shared from my end about the insurance, TPA, and claim settlement kind of thing. If anyone wants to ask any question, I'm open for that.
Thank you very much. In a flow. कंटिन्यूअस, गजब.
थैंक यू सर.
एक ही क्वेश्चन है कि ये इंश्योरेंस कंपनी में क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन में हम डिस्कस करेंगे, क्योंकि बड़े इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक है. ये लोग आयुष के लिए यदि पॉलिसियां लॉन्च करें तो हमारे कितना बड़ा एक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर आयुष का है. मैं इसी विषय पे नेक्स्ट स्पीकर को आमंत्रित करता हूं, डॉक्टर मंदार रानाडे जी. Dr. Mandar Ranade ji, welcome. Am I audible? Dr. Mandar ji? शायद कुछ टेक्निकल ग्लिच है. मैं आदरणीय यस जी डॉक्टर मानगिरीश अग्नेकर जी को सादर आमंत्रित कर. आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही थी अग्निहोत्री सर, आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही थी. तो मैं मैं मानगिरीश राणा के अग्नेकर जी को सादर आमंत्रित करता हूं. प्लीज गाइड अस. स्वागतम.
Good evening, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, clear.
Good evening, respected sirs. I am indeed fortunate to be invited. Dr. Ritesh is a good friend. Good evening, Dr. Ritesh ji. It was
Good evening, Dr.
pleasant.
Mangrish.
Yeah. It was very enlightening to listen to you. And more so ever in today's worlds, which are uncertain, it is more so ever uncertain what will the insurance world tell us all about. So, starting my talk, the talk that I was given was Ayush practitioners, rather the doctor of the Indian system of medicine, as the BAMS doctors are called. What does the law hold for them as regards insurance? I would first initiate my talk with a lot of gratitude to Dr. Sharma ji. He's in the forefront of all these lectures. As you rightly said, it was your second opportunity, so is mine. So I would initiate the talk. Sharma ji, am I audible? Hello?
Clear.
Yeah. So AYUSH or the Indian System of Medicine, BAMS, that is the Bachelor of Ayurvedic Medicine and Surgery, always faces a lot of challenges in practice. One of them being insurance. Still 2017, there were no clear guidelines as to how our practice was to be covered by insurance. Basically, when we mean insurance, it is life insurance as well as health insurance. So IRDAI, which is the Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India, came up with a very specific and a speaking judgment or a circular or a notification, as we can call it, saying that AYUSH treatments, especially the Ayurvedic treatments in the teaching institutions with a minimum bed capacity of 15 beds would be admissible for all sorts of treatment. Dr. Ritesh spoke about exclusions. So what he said was there are many limitations to insurance claim, and one of them always had been the limitation was about the claim to an Ayurvedic treatment. So this 2017, I would share with Dr. Sharma so that he can share on the media also. This was very speaking, and all the 24. Just a moment. I'll just take a moment. Sorry. So coming back, this judgment was very speaking for the simple reason it included all the 20 written to all the 24 general insurance companies of the country. It said that a 15-bedded teaching institution of Ayurveda, if the treatment has happened in-house and in-house in the by means of admission and with scientific Ayurvedic treatment to support it, all the procedures and the domiciliary care would be taken care of and would be reimbursed. As the time progressed, then we came to an institution named as Rohini, formed by the government, where you had to go into that portal for all the health insurance claims for the hospitals to be registered. So even the private hospitals who had a minimum of 5 bed and more could register themselves on Rohini, get a number, and furthermore, if they adhere to the standardization guidelines of NABH and all the later on whatever guidelines, Dr. Ritesh could enlighten us more on the guidelines because he's a pioneer in the hospital industry. So the standardization guidelines, NABH coming to mind very easily, if they were adhered to, even the private AYUSH or the Ayurvedic treatments would be covered by them. So going forward from 2017 circular to 2023 as we stand, at least the in-admission procedures of Ayurveda are considered to be eligible for the reimbursement and the cashless disbursal of money to their patients. If now coming to an aspect where, in our Ayurvedic physicians have a center, a Panchakarma center, a small nursing home, which is less than a 15-bed hospital, what do we do with them if the patient is admitted with them? And what if the claims are lodged for the treatment incurred on those? And what do we do with the expenses over there? Well, as of now, though the cashless facility is not available for those small bedded hospitals, certainly reimbursement facilities do form part of the contract. I think most of the insurance contracts do mention the word scientific AYUSH therapy, which means which has got base in the scriptures, which is treated by qualified BMS doctors and above. And above mean there is a post-graduation, an MD, as well as you have surgeons, gynecologists, physicians in Ayurveda. They are named differently, but for the simple understanding, you can refer them to an MD IU or an MD Kai Chikitsa or MD Stree Rog or MD Bal Rog or MD Shalya, Shalakya being opthal, Shalya very easily understood to be surgery. Then comes the challenges of, there are specific states which hold, a kind of a, while the modern world would call it mixopathy, which we take strong objection to. And I would also not like our pathy to be labeled alternative, because it is complete in most of the forms of therapy. And it is the Indian system of medicine that has withhold its time-tested, time-tested measures over the 1,000 years that the Indian subcontinent has seen. So the state of Maharashtra, if I take, have the rights of, allopathic practice to its practitioners to the extent of training they receive. And the surgeons of Ayurveda have the, a right to operate 37 surgeries and 15 ophthalmic procedures legitimately in their nursing home or hospitals, as the case may be. And if that is the case, then our surgeons and the ophthalmic surgeons, coming out of the stable of BMS and above, are also entitled to insurance. The challenge being, how do we legally balance it out? So this is the new horizon. The horizon, earlier the challenge was, do we have any insurance cover for Ayurvedic treatment? Now the horizon holds challenges. Do you have any insurance cover for surgery by Ayurvedic surgeons? Well, there are numerous ombudsman cases. Few to cite are the one given by the Pune ombudsman to a new Mumbai surgeon, whose claim was rejected by a government Big Four company, who said that this is surgery is an allopathic procedure, and how could an Ayurvedic surgeon hold claim over it? So they had rejected the patient's claim. Whereas when it was contested before the ombudsman, he withheld that the legitimate rights conferred upon a practitioner cannot be denied to a patient's rights, because the patient charter holds that he can go to a competent doctor for his treatment. So the laws aside, this is the new horizon. As well as we saw in COVID, Dr. Ritesh very rightly mentioned, COVID was a challenging and a landmark time. And though all the pathies work together, the question still arises, what do we do of those domiciliary claims in which BMS doctors had treated with first line protocol that the government had given? Because most of the BMS doctors had volunteered for voluntary services in COVID centers and were treating the patients with allopathic protocol as well as with their Ayurvedic protocol. But when they treated, their bills for domiciliary treatment, which was the quarantine treatment, were rejected by most of the companies. Those are in the what do you say? They are in the challenge. In the hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, clear.
Yeah. So they are in the challenge phase. So this is a new horizon. Whereas to a new budding practitioner of Ayurveda, I would always say that there is the Rohini portal where he can register himself. Two, he has to register his or her hospital in the Bombay Nursing Home Act, get a number. Then once his hospital is registered and it is a 15 bed and above, he is registered in the Rohini portal. Then once the claim is lodged to him, if it is a 15 bed and above hospital, he can very well, submit his claim for Ayurvedic treatment to the respective private company. And rightly said by Dr. Ritesh, these are all governed by IRDAI rules and regulations. So if there is any dispute, the patient, if he finds his claim denied or rejected, they can very well approach the ombudsman or the civil consumer courts. As for the rights of OPD patients, whether their bills, now bills really does not form a substance of insurance, though there is a talk happening with the AYUSH ministry as to most of our therapies being, Panchakarma being OPD based. How do we tackle that issue of insurance? So it is in talks with the government. We had numerous meetings on the same from an association point. And as we have traversed this course of, the journey of no insurance to full insurance to reimbursement and cashless, and now we are facing the challenges. I think this journey will also end in justice to our people. It is sad that a therapy of 5,000 years is struggling for its rightful place in the sun. But the beauty of it lies that it has stood the test of time, whereas allopathic science, no disrespect meant to it, and it is indeed life saving, is just 200 years old, and entire attention is devoted to allopathy, and contracts of insurance are built around allopathic treatment. I think the time has come for all of us to rise and also dwell our attention to how well our ancient science also gets its due recognitions in insurance. So I end my brief talk, given this opportunity, on how does an Ayush, especially because I come from the Ayurvedic fraternity, how does his or her claim stand the test of insurance? Well, I have given my aspects of this side of the story. Well, yes, there is a right of insurance and to our patients, and I think it will grow only better and better. Thank you, everybody, for giving me this opportunity. I hope I was useful to the topic of the day. Thank you, gentlemen.
थैंक यू वेरी मच जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच। आपने तो बिल्कुल सरल शब्दों में पूरा का पूरा समझा दिया। बस एक समझ में नहीं आई, 15 बेड का हॉस्पिटल मिनिमम होना चाहिए, नहीं आयुर्वेद
वो
का?
होना चाहिए सर, नहीं तो क्या है कि 5 बेड का भी अगर हॉस्पिटल आपका रजिस्टर्ड हो तो आप रीइंबर्समेंट क्लेम के लिए आप क्वालिफाई करते हो, लेकिन वो एक चैलेंज है। हमको बार बार मिनिस्ट्री के पास जाके इसको किस तरीके से देखा जाए वो देखना चाहिए, क्योंकि 5 बेड के नीचे हॉस्पिटल होना भी किसी हॉस्पिटल के आजकल के अभी जो क्लिनिकल एस्टेब्लिशमेंट एक्ट भी आ जाएगा अपने स्टेट में, तो नेशनल लेवल पे भी NCISM में बात चल रही है उसके ऊपर। तो एक्चुअली जो रिक्वायरमेंट्स है वो अगर ठीक से देखी जाए किसी भी हॉस्पिटल के, भले वो एलोपैथिक हो या आयुर्वेदिक हो, तो पेशेंट के लिए क्या कहते हैं, पर्याप्त व्यवस्था होने की बहुत जरूरत रहती है, और उसके लिए 5 बेड एंड बिलो डज नॉट क्वालिफाई टू बी एन हॉस्पिटल। सो द 15 बेड हॉस्पिटल प्रिंसिपल इज करेक्ट सर। वो उसके बिना वो वहाँ अध्ययन और उस अध्ययन का उपयोग पेशेंट को फायदेमंद नहीं रहेगा। छोटी जगहों में कॉम्प्रोमाइज ज्यादा रहता है, जबकि 15 बेड एंड अबव में आपका स्टाफ इक्विप्ड रहेगा, एडिक्वेट स्पेस रहेगा, लाइफ सेविंग मेजर्स रहेंगे, उसके ऊपर आप बिल्डअप कर सको तो आगे जाके आप, ऐसा नहीं है कि ICU को कोई प्रतिबंध है आयुर्वेदिक, इसमें आप जरूर उसको एलोपैथिक साइंस के एक्सपर्ट्स का अनुमोदन प्राप्त करके उसमें विजिटिंग फिजिशियन या विजिटिंग सर्जन्स तो अपने भी हैं 37 सर्जरीज के लिए, तो उन सब का उपयोग करके एक होलिस्टिक अप्रोच अगर रखे तो आई फील, जैसे सरकार बार बार कहती है कि अमृत काल चल रहा है इस देश का, तो आई फील इंश्योरेंस और वो भी आयुर्वेदिक ट्रीटमेंट के लिए जरूरी अमृत काल ही माना जा सकता है।
थैंक यू वेरी मच जी, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका। मैं अपने अग्रिम वक्ता डॉक्टर मंदार राणा जी से आग्रह करता हूं। डॉक्टर मंदार जी नमस्कार। मंदार जी तक हमारी आवाज पहुंच रही है? डॉक्टर मंदार राणा जी वो जुड़े हुए तो हैं, तब तक अग्निहोत्री सर।
हम अपने दोनों ही अभी तक के गेस्ट स्पीकर्स की नॉलेज से बहुत ही लाभान्वित हुए। वी आर रियली thrilled with the knowledge and approach, and it's our great pleasure that our BMS doctor now in position to lead our stand as far as the insurance and mediclaim sector is concerned. It's a pleasure. He repeated our doctor Mangesh ji repeatedly talked about the 37 surgeries which are allowed. But at present, the scenario is going on something in a different way. As you strongly stood that we are the initial one, we are the senior one, we are not the alternative to any of the pathy. We are the previous pathy, and years together or generations together it is coming. So restrictions are there, of course, and our PS Dr. Ritesh Shah sir also talked about the IRDA. Of course, both the persons justified the value of the insurance and along with the medical sector, but still there are so many shortcomings. And of course, I don't think whether this is a platform to share with, but still, we have got some Tata AIA life insurance, this one, and they poured us so many wrong information regarding our details. And when I surrendered the documents, even the IRDA could not help me, and we have given lot of communication on email and all that, and ultimately we lost our 30,000 rupees in a me and my wife policy plan, because he told that we have not surrendered within the stipulated time, that is say 30 days. But we have, as soon as we got the documents, we found that there are differences. We surrendered, and we talked a lot up to Meerut from here, Haridwar, Uttarakhand, and then even we visited the Dehradun office also. But ultimately, we found that they will not help us, and ultimately we put a loss.
Sir,
I can help you. Sorry.
Yes, Dr. Mangesh.
I work for life insurance, so it really touched my heart. I'm sorry to stop you in between. Agnihotri sir, I can request you, the Ombudsman office can come to your, to your help. It is one attempt you have done with the company. So if you are based out of Haridwar, so I think Uttarakhand has an Ombudsman office. You will easily get the address on the net. So you don't have to visit the office. You can submit your complaint online. And the rule of a free look to return your policy if you are not satisfied says that it is on the receipt of the documents, 15 days within receipt. And sometimes, ideally, जब भी कोई चीज खराब होती है, मैकेनिकल या रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी में, लीव अलोन लाइफ इंश्योरेंस, हम पहले उसी दुकानदार के पास जाते हैं, कहते हैं भाई तेरी ये चीज जैसे बताई वैसे निकली नहीं, तो तू वापस ले ले. उसमें एक 5-7 दिन चले जाते हैं. बकायदा कंपनी से तो वार्तालाप होता नहीं है. तो Ombudsman offices, because I work for the Kotak group, I know how the Ombudsman work. It is a completely independent body, sir. तो अगर एक ही महीने की बात है, तो आप बकायदा सर Ombudsman में एक शिकायत डाल दीजिए, and I am sure you will get your money back, because
sir,
1 month.
Sir, thank you so much for your guidelines.
Just take use of the facilities provided by the government, and this I speak though I am an employee of an insurance company. In fact, I have argued about 600 to 700 cases for my company in Ombudsman, and Ombudsman are retired IAS or IRES officers. And if you are genuinely affected, sir, nobody can stop your hard-earned money from coming back to your pocket. आप सिर्फ एक कोशिश करके देखिए. हाँ, एक चीज मैं आपको बता के रखना चाहता हूँ, आप में पेशेंस होना चाहिए और अपने में विश्वास होना चाहिए. आपने आज कंप्लेंट की तो कल के शाम तक आपके पैसे आपके अकाउंट में नहीं आएंगे. वो एक हियरिंग होगी, शायद 1 महीना, 2 महीना, 3 महीना. उसका रीजन ये बनता है सर, अपना देश काफी बड़ा है. इनफैक्ट वी आर द मोस्ट पॉपुलस स्टेट इन द वर्ल्ड नाउ, कंट्री इन द वर्ल्ड. सबसे ज्यादा पॉपुलेशन हमारे यहाँ है, तो सबसे ज्यादा शिकायत हमारे ही ज्यादा होगी. तो थोड़ा पेशेंस रखिए सर, और अपनी सिस्टम अच्छी है, आपको न्याय जरूर मिलेगा.
Sir, thank you for your all guidance. I would like to say that my total communication did by my daughter online, that too on Australian at Lucknow office, and they could also not help me. Ultimately, we withdrawn that there is not going to happen anything. You please share your personal number. I may.
My number is there with Sharma ji, sir. I would be more than happy to help you. और लखनऊ में ओम्बड्समैन है सर, वो मैं लखनऊ में पहले एक हाई कोर्ट रिटायर्ड जज थे जो ओम्बड्समैन हुआ करते थे, पांडे जी. तो अब तो वो बदल दिए गए रहेंगे, बट आई विल फाइंड आउट हु इज द ओम्बड्समैन देयर, व्हाट इज द एड्रेस ऑफ द ओम्बड्समैन, एंड आई विल गिव इट टू यू. अगर हो सके आप लखनऊ के अगर आसपास अगर रहते हो, आपकी बेटी अगर वहां रहती हो, तो खुद जाके कंप्लेंट दर्ज करके आ
नहीं
जाइए।
सर, वो तो पुणे में आ गई है, बहुत नहीं है, लेकिन
कोई बात नहीं, आपके नजदीक जो
अब सर
ऑफिस
अभी
रहेगा।
अभी आरबीआई की तरफ से जो टाउनल एक वो मीटिंग प्रोग्राम होता है, एसबीआई के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव और आरबीआई और मस्टम से भी आए थे, उन सबसे भी उन्होंने बात रखी ली।
वो
वो बैंकिंग
बैंकिंग
का
का
था,
रहेगा सर, वो
बैंकिंग का था,
बैंकिंग का
इसलिए
रहेगा।
उन्होंने इंश्योरेंस में कुछ नहीं किया।
नहीं नहीं,
बट मैंने
इंश्योरेंस का
उनको भी
अलग
कहा,
रहता है,
जी जी,
लेकिन
आई
ये
डू
हो
एग्री,
जाएगा सर, आप फिक्र
आई
मत
डू
कीजिए।
एग्री,
अगर
जी
सिर्फ
आई
एक
डू एग्री।
महीने की बात है और आपको पॉलिसी पसंद नहीं आएगी रहेगी तो
सर
जरूर।
इवन मैं तो चेकबुक लेके गया था, मैं 3 महीने का देख के कंटिन्यू करा के फिर विड्रॉ कर ले, लेकिन नहीं, वो उन्होंने कुछ ही नहीं माना कि वो आप लेट हो गए, लेट हो करके
नहीं
अल्टीमेटली
ठीक
कुछ
है,
नहीं
आप
किया।
डाल के देखिए सर। एक बाजू आपने देख ली, सब इंश्योरेंस के लोग बुरे नहीं रहते सर, सब
नहीं नहीं
ओम्बड्समैन बुरे
नहीं,
नहीं
मैं ये
रहते।
भी जान रहा हूँ, यू आर नॉट डिफेंडिंग द इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज,
आई एम इनफैक्ट
माय
ट्राइंग टू
प्रॉब्लम
हेल्प यू।
या यस
क्योंकि
इफ यू प्लीज।
if my one of you are a customer of Tata, but all I can say is one person dissatisfied with insurance, really it is an insurance industry's loss.
Sir, listen to me. I am 67 and I have got returns also on maturity from
Great,
LIC,
great,
Adit Birla,
great,
from
sir. Great,
Max New York, even now
great,
Max
great,
Limited, even ICICI
great,
Prudential, everything. So we have got a good, say, 40 years experience almost on
great,
giving
sir.
premium
Great.
and
Very
getting
happy to
return.
know that.
If you please just mention your
Yeah,
WhatsApp number so that I
it's
can give you. Yes,
992
please.
088
5
992
992
088
088
32
32
86।
86.
आप हाई
Okay,
डाल
sir.
दीजिए, मैं आपको हेल्प कर दूंगा सर।
Okay, okay. If I am having still the file of that concern, I would definitely give you some of the.
Sure, 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 sure.
Thank you so much. Though it's my
अग्निहोत्री सर,
personal. Yes, sir.
अग्निहोत्री सर,
Yes, sir, sir.
मंगरीश सर आपको बहुत हेल्प कर देंगे। आप एकदम सही पर्सन से कांटेक्ट में आए हो। ही विल गाइड यू ऑन दैट।
Thank you, bro. It's my pleasure.
इन जनरल एस्पेक्ट सर क्या होता है, एज ए कंज्यूमर, एज ए कस्टमर, हमको सिर्फ एक कस्टमर फोरम का आइडिया होता है कि
जी
ये ओम्बर्समेंट करके जो एक सेगमेंट है वो इसीलिए सिर्फ ये कस्टमर ओरिएंटेड ही होता है। इसमें कस्टमर लोग अपनी अपील करते हैं और डेफिनेटली वो कस्टमर की हेल्प करने के लिए ये कोड बना है, ओम्बर्समेंट कोड जिसको बोलते हैं, और उसमें काफी
Yes, sir.
फास्ट और काफी जेन्युइन।
Yeah. Yes, sir. आप म्यूट हो सर, आप म्यूट हो गए, आप अनम्यूट कर लीजिए, आप म्यूट हो गया है, आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है, आप म्यूट हो गए सर, प्लीज जस्ट अनम्यूट।
एक आप, हाँ जैसे सॉरी,
आ गया।
मैं कहा आप ओम्बर्समेंट में करिए जो सर बता रहे हैं, आपको काफी हेल्प हो जाएगी। जस्ट
Thank you.
टू थिंग टू ऐड व्हाट डॉक्टर मंगरीश हैज एडेड, ही राइटली सेड, जो 15 बेड का क्लॉज है सर, वो मात्र आयुष विभाग के लिए या आयुर्वेद या होम्योपैथ डॉक्टर्स के हॉस्पिटल्स के लिए नहीं है, वो एलोपैथी में भी लागू होता है। IRDA के गाइडलाइन में स्पष्ट है, कोई भी इंश्योरेंस कंपनी या गवर्नमेंट हो या प्राइवेट हो, वो किसी भी एलोपैथिक अस्पताल जो कि 20 बिस्तर से कम का है उससे टाई अप नहीं करती है मेडिक्लेम हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस के लिए, वो उसको पैनल पे नहीं लेती है। तो मिनिमम रिक्वायरमेंट जो एक हॉस्पिटल की है गाइडलाइन के हिसाब से, वो 20 बेड की है। उसका रीजन सर ये है कि वो हॉस्पिटल एक क्लिनिक नहीं होना चाहिए, वो एक प्रॉपर हेल्थ केयर फैसिलिटी होना चाहिए जहां पर हर तरीके के मरीज एडमिट हो सके, कोई भी इमरजेंसी को मैनेज किया जा सके, एटलीस्ट नहीं मैनेज किया पूरी तरीके से, प्राइमरी मैनेजमेंट करके उसको टर्शरी केयर या सेकेंडरी केयर पे भेजा जा सके। ये फैसिलिटी का उद्देश्य होता है। दूसरी बात सर, हम लोग जो दोनों स्पीकर्स ने इतना डिस्कशन IRDA और पॉलिसी और इस पे सब पे बात किया, एक बात मेरे को एकदम से क्लिक करी बीच में भी सुनते सुनते, मंगरीश सर भी उस चीज को एग्री करेंगे कि हिंदुस्तान में जितने भी इंश्योरेंस कंपनी हैं, जो उनके प्रोडक्ट डिजाइनर्स हैं, जो प्रोडक्ट बनाते हैं, मतलब पॉलिसी मेकर्स हैं, पॉलिसी बनाते हैं, या जो पॉलिसी पे बिहाइंड द सीन काम करते हैं, आप कैशलेस ले, रिएम्बर्समेंट ले, या पॉलिसी बना करके मार्केट तक लाने के पहले तक का जो ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग काम करते हैं, उसमें 60 to 70% लोग जो हैं वो अल्टरनेटिव मेडिसिन के ही हैं, डॉक्टर्स।
जी जी जी।
मंगली सर, आई एम राइट और रॉन्ग?
यस 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 सर।
सो इतना बड़ा हम लोगों की जो फैटर्निटी है, उसका रोल है इंश्योरेंस सेगमेंट के अंदर भी, उसको कोई दरकिनार नहीं कर सकता है। और डेफिनेटली अगर हम लोग चाह लें कि आयुष विभाग को भी अच्छी से अच्छी फैसिलिटी मिले, तो डेफिनेटली एक प्रयास अगर हम अच्छा सब लोग मिलकर करेंगे तो ये चीजों को और बेहतर तरीके से गाइडलाइन भी मिलेगी और प्लस उसका एप्लीकेशन भी होगा ग्राउंड लेवल पे। अभी कुछ चीजों का इनकॉर्पोरेशन है बट लोगों को उसका ज्ञान नहीं है, उसकी जानकारी नहीं है, जागरूकता नहीं है। अच्छा जागरूकता है, एज ए डॉक्टर की बात करूं मैं, आप और हम जैसे क्लिनिक में बैठते हैं, क्लिनिशियन है, पर हम हमारे पेशेंट को गाइड नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि हमको या तो हमको मालूम नहीं है या तो हम वो पेन उठाना नहीं चाहते हैं कि उस ट्रीटमेंट को कैसे इंश्योरेंस कंपनी तक पहुंचाया जाए, आपको कैसे क्लेम करना है, आपको कैसे रीएम्बर्समेंट लेना है, आपको कैसे कैशलेस लेना है, ये समझाना और अपने आप को समझना बहुत जरूरी है। और ये कोई इतना टफ काम नहीं है, क्योंकि हम लोग हॉस्पिटल में डे टू डे में ये काम करते हैं तो वो हमारी एक रूटीन प्रैक्टिस हो गई और इतना कोई टफ काम नहीं है। डॉक्यूमेंटेशन इतना टफ नहीं है, अगर आप एक प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, जरूर आपका हॉस्पिटल है, सारी गाइडलाइन आपके पास में फॉलो करने जैसी सारी सुविधाएं हैं, तो कोई भी इंश्योरेंस कंपनी आपका क्लेम रिजेक्ट नहीं कर सकती है, ना आपको वो डिनायल कर सकती है।
Thank you so much, sir, for to both the persons for input, for your great input, and in the interest of the public. I think Dr. Ranadi is almost joined. He has taken side of his vehicle. He is in car, and I think he would like to join. Professor Pawan Sharma ji, rest you can see. Yes, sir.
मैंने अभी फोन मंदार राणा जी, नमस्कार नमस्कार।
नमस्कार नमस्कार सर, नमस्कार।
Hi. He has parked his vehicle, and I think he may join. He may deliver his speech as he has.
Yes, good
जी।
evening to all of you. Good evening to all of you. And I'm taking my vehicle on the side. Good evening to all of you. Hello.
Yes, Mandarji, we can hear you. Good evening.
Yes. My senior friend, Dr. Mangarish is here. Dr. Agnihotri is here. All of stalwarts are here who are continuously doing this webinar yajna for last 3 years since the COVID time. I really appreciate all your efforts. I'm seeing every day some different topics are there. It is very difficult to continue this particular program with the consistency. So I must congratulate basically the agency for continuing these particular efforts. The topic given is health insurance and AYUSH sector. The topic is a continuous struggle which is going on since last 50-60 years. Dr. Mangarish knows that every day we are getting a different battle every day. If one battle is won, then another battle comes ahead of us. You know that we have successfully won some high court matters in state of Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, and Haryana. And we were for last 8 years, we were on a pleasure that now this whole AYUSH sector is safeguarded. Basically, ASU, Ayurveda Siddha Yunani sector is safeguarded, and no High Court or no Supreme Court can touch us. But now suddenly, 2 verdicts have come in a row. One is the Assam verdict, and second is that AYUSH doctors verdict from state of Gujarat, which has actually shattered all our hopes and has brought us on a square one. So now again we have started taking all our weapons. The weapons were actually rusting for some years because we were not having such battles. So now Dr. Mangarish, we, Astitva Parishad, all people, all associations have started again struggling. So it's a continuous battle. This must end. Basically, this must end. अच्छे दिन आने चाहिए आयुष के लिए, लेकिन फिलहाल तो नहीं आए. हम सपने ही देख रहे हैं कब हमारे खाते में वो जब जैसे 15 लाख नहीं, ये सब रियायतें, ये सब अधिकार, ये सब कब आएंगे. हम ड्रीम कर रहे हैं और that dream is getting away from us. It's like a horizon. Now coming to our topic, that if you have this topic 5 years before, the situation was different. Ayush people were discriminated.
basically Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani were discriminated. Their claims were not settled. Even the big insurance companies were not having Panchakarma, Vaman, and all other Ayurvedic treatments, even on OPD, were not on their panel. Only some CGHS sector people were entertaining our claims, and ESIS also were not entertaining. And this private sector and GIPSA and non-GIPSA companies were they were considering us as some aliens and tribal medicine or Kashmir ki dawai like that, and therefore our claims were not entertained. But now, after good Ayush policies and a stable Ayush department, a ministry, and with the efforts of Dr. Rajesh Kotecha ji, who is basically Ayurveda doctor and become secretary, and he is a Padma Shri and also chancellor of the Gujarat Jamnagar University. So he has taken lot of pains, and ultimately the ICICI, Lombard, HDFC, Ergo, and many other such stalwart companies have also started entertaining our claims of the Panchakarma and Ayurvedic treatments. They are giving this as a priority also, Ayurvedic treatments, and in their insurance policies also I have seen that Ayurvedic treatments are covered. This may be because of the aura by Ramdev Baba, or internationally our treatments are getting famous and they are getting authenticated. Therefore, maybe because initially when Ramdev Baba came with that Kala Dantamanjan, everybody criticized. Even that foreign companies also criticized. And after 6 months, the Colgate producing company came with Hindustan Liver Limited. That company came with this Kala Dantamanjan idea, with Colgate salt. So these international people are copying us, and that may be the reason that because maybe this English or German or other people also coming over here, they may be getting such insurances, and if they get some Ayurvedic treatments, and what about their claims and all? Maybe that may be the reason. Mangrish can tell a lot of about that. But after 5 years, this situation is changed and we are getting insurances. Now, this is only limited up to Panchakarma and OPD basis and daycare treatment. These claims are not settled for IPD. Some companies are giving for that. But if you have Ayurveda hospital, which is not actually authorized as far as the Ayush medical claims are concerned, now this NABH, new NABH guidelines, this NCSF recently attended a meeting about those guidelines. So maybe if the Ayurveda hospital comes into a real picture, then they may be incorporating with that NABH accredited Ayurveda hospital. Then definitely IPD claims also may be settled by all the companies, government also. There are some private sector companies, they are settling it. But there is a lot of difficulty. And what happens, that difficulty is not from the doctor side. Doctor treats, patient gives the money for the reimbursement. And then when the insurance companies start putting the queries and opinions, and then despite of giving the excellent result, the image of the doctor is completely shattered. It's completely tarnished. That, "Arey, doctor, your claims are not settled. You are not a doctor even. You are a Vaidya, or you are not authorized by the government of India. Your clinic is not recognized by NABH," and all these things start. So these policy makers who are making the policy about the insurances actually should look in this matter deeply. Since last 5-6 years, I am trying to convince our policymakers like NCISM, the erstwhile CCIM or Ayush department, that we should have a stakeholders meeting with IRDA. Because basically IRDA is the sole reason of all these things. It's an insurance regulatory development authority, and which actually governs all the insurance companies. They are regulatory bodies like NCISM. So basically, our use and cries are not reached up to that level. The policymakers don't even consider we are doctors. We are registered medical doctors. They don't even consider, barring some few states. But at IRDA level, these states and their laws and different situations are not brought on the record, and therefore these things are happening. We fought some cases in consumer protection, as excellent example given for the ombudsman by Dr. Mangrish. Similarly, we had gone to ombudsman. Similarly, my one of my patient who I had operated for ectopic pregnancy late at the night, midnight, and she was in emergency. And at that time, her claim was rejected, showing that I am a postgraduate from the Indian system of medicine. We went to ombudsman. Actually, that time the patient came to me and said that this has been raised by the insurance company, and how come this thing happened? He was actually he filed for reimbursement, and actually that is hurting reaction. Whenever our doctor who is treating us at the late hours in the night, my patient has become successfully operated and she is normal, okay, and now the insurance company is saying that your doctor is not even a doctor, is not even a surgeon. I faced that. So I went to ombudsman. We clarified all those things, shown the documents in state of Maharashtra. We are permitted by the Maharashtra state government, our statutes, GRs and everything. And ombudsman was convinced after a consistent efforts for 4 months. We consistently went for the follow-up appointments. Insurance company representative came, their lawyers came. Ultimately, this was settled, and this particular thing was done. And we have also cited one consumer protection judgment in our Pune district. Similar circumstances were there, where a typhoid treatment by a BMS doctor was not, this mediclaim was not entertained by Oriental Insurance Company, and we went against that company, and citing our GR and Act amendment, the then judge said कि these doctors are registered medical practitioners and they are covered in the language of your insurance policy. Then why you are not given this claim? And this particular claim was settled along with compensation for the mental discomfort and everything was also given to that particular fellow, to the patient as well as the hospital. So citing that also we got the success. But all these things are the sporadic incidences where we are getting the result. Some people, some doctors whose claims are rejected, still also every day we are getting cases, but they are not struggling for this. They are not going to go for the justice. But basically the patient and the relatives should be strong. If they are not strong, they say they give up, then definitely some doctors have settled even the claims that, okay, the insurance company is not giving you, I will pay you. This is a wrong practice. They are not fighting for their justice. And if you really fight for your justice and the patient is with you, patient relatives are with you, definitely we can get the justice. And I am citing my example. I'm not giving any other example. But still, there are examples where their claims are not settled. So we must convince the IRDA. We should have a round table or stakeholders meeting with the IRDA. So as all these lingering problems should be solved, they should be given to the states, where if the state allows you to practice allopathic system of medicine, or if the state has given some NABH guidelines as Ayurveda hospital recognized, then definitely your claims must be entertained. I think this particular August gathering today will take a note of my point, and definitely wherever we get a chance, we will put this particular thing, because other things are very common for allopathy, Ayurveda and homeopathy doctors. But the key thing is that where we are not considered as registered medical practitioner, or our IPT treatments as Ayurveda hospital are not considered. Thank you for the opportunity given to me, and thank you for the patient hearing.
Thank you very much. We will be troubling you again and again, Mangrish ji and you, for our medical legal problems of the brain. So thank you very much. You have explained such a nice way that we are not being considered even as registered medical practitioner also. So we have to start next webinar. So Mangrish ji, your comments, final comments before Agnihotri ji. You are,
Yeah. Am I audible?
yes.
Yeah, wonderful thoughts by Dr. Mandarji. He is a pioneer and flag bearer of all the struggles that we have had. And one sincere congratulations to Dr. Ritesh, who I should mention that what is unification of pathy. He is an excellent example. The lives that his services have saved in COVID, really, I am a witness to that, and I am extremely thankful to Dr. Ritesh. Few of them were my own relatives, and he put his life in line of danger, thinking, without for his care or comfort. So this is how actually the way doctors should behave. And now coming to the point of Dr. Mandar that he said, there are challenges for Ayurveda, Unani, and Siddha, and that is where we will constantly try to strive it. And Sharmaji, I have sent you two GRs, one paper cutting, which talks specifically of the Ayush guidelines that have been reformed by IRDAI. So you can share it across the group. Those are specific guidelines, what defines an Ayush hospital, what defines the treatment that is allowed to be taken for insurance. And that will give a lot because you have an excellent reach among doctors. So what I would like to say is, let us hope for a sunny tomorrow. The night is the darkest before sunrise. So though Mandar has shown us the mirror, let's hope it is the darkest part of the night for Ayush doctors before it's a very bright sunshine, sunny morning tomorrow. So Agnihotriji, for your comments now.
But you have just given a great inspiration to us all on this issue, that how the insured person's interest be saved, even through getting treatment by other pathies like Ayurveda. And I salute especially Dr. Mandar sir. He is so skilled person and also having such a great power of struggling. He struggles and he stands for his right thing. Great information and great